Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds. Welcome you back to Lovecraft Country and Cultist Simulator, a Sheev Palpatine Lantern Aspirant run. And just to let you know, I'm fully aware, to those of you in the comments, Book of Hours has come out as of the time of this recording, and yes, as soon as we were done with this series, we'll be diving into the book. But in order to get there quicker, and while the voting's still going on, we're going to double up. Wednesday and Saturday episodes will be called the Simulator until we get them done, and then we'll shift into Book of Hours. And by that point, we'll know which of the series is going to be the one that we do after the Sinking City, since the Sinking City has, in fact, sunk. Now, let's go over a quick recap of what we have been up to so far. Sheev has gotten back to his position as the assistant to the senator. However, we still have the Jedi on our tail, but they have absolutely no evidence. Got close, but they've got no evidence of doing anything wrong. Just maintaining a book club over here. Absolutely, that's all there is to it. And we've been kind of lucky in getting the level 10 lore, which allowed us to get up to the Peacock's door, but we have no way of accessing the Peacock's door. So I like to call it Pride's Dismay, because the Peacock's door, as we have pointed out, is actually the vagina of the goddess. No, this is not me reaching either. If you read everything into it, and if you know actual occultism, the womb of the universe is the body of the goddess. And we come in and out certain ways. This door is, for our game purposes, however, is where we get the highest amount of lore, which is why I'm interested into it, which is why we need to get access to it, which is we don't have right now. But we do have a way of getting that key. Now, Kegling Scratch is a level 4 vault, which means you can get access to it pretty quickly. So the thing is that here the dome is dug for silver until they reach the unsanctioned space where the names hid things not fit for sunlight. Many others come there even as the tunnels crumble. Some have never left. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get one of the objects within Kegling Scratch Vault, and we need to be able to do so without having excessive issues. So if we're going to do a vault, there's two ways to run it. We either create a lot of smoke by creating a lot of mystique, which I can do, by the way, since almost got all the lore I need. I need level 6. I need any lore basically when it comes to hearts. The lowest one so far. I don't know if this secret bacillus and ecstatic dances and necropolises and graveyards in southern Europe and Egypt and Anatolia. The author's a self-confessed ghoul and eater of buried flesh. And sorry, just got really caught up in that one. That's actually got a reference in Lovecraftian lore and with Robert E. Howard. Robert E. Howard, in one of Conan's later canon adventures, because everything after Howard dies is speculation, because technically Conan could not possibly have done all the stories that have been written. There's several hundred of them. But kind of like with Doctor Who, you can have multiple timelines, doesn't really matter. Anyways, the thing is this one, a vampire queen in Stygia offers to make Conan king of the ghouls and rule by his side. He turns her down. Yeah. I imagine it's a personal choice, but immortality of the beautiful woman and, months and absolute rulership over the creatures of the night, that appeals to some people. It just depends on your type, I guess. I think Conan's more of a daylight person. Anyways, but in order to be able to access that, we still have access to an unnumbered stone. I'm not sure if we're going to spend the time to do that, because last 2 runs have been only getting us ingredients. Probably just random draw, because I know there's a lot more books out there, but still, it's always a random pick when we do that. But Kegling Scratch is going to require 2 obstacles. Those obstacles can be defeated using the dead, which can be defeated by cold or winter, or edge. And the first one is, I believe, the treacherous ground can be defeated by lantern or forge. So we do have the ability to access this pretty quickly, but the question is, do we want to get really fancy with this? Because if I believe we can do that, but can we do this? Can we get Dread? Despair abates. Unfortunately, not at the moment. Dread. Yeah, we won't be able to do that, so we're going to have to basically go in with our combat characters and somebody else. But we need to wait for our job to finish first. That's 27 seconds from now. And why we're doing that, since this isn't really written in anything, let's go. Dances draw from the traditions of the mysteries of the cult of Isis and Sibel. These are actual real mysteries dealing with fertility in its most bloody symbolic questions, symbolic and literal flayings, because the The core of all fertility is sacrifice. You must return the blood to the earth in order for the earth to sprout again. So basically, the earth gives and the earth demands. In fact, it could be said that climate change at some level is a metaphysical revenge against humanity not giving the earth their due. Among, of course, scientific reason too, but there's usually both ways. You can have this. You can have the sun be a god and both a god and a ball of plasma. The human heart is always central in the rites. The author punctuates his accounts with the queasy essential description of his own interrupted feast. Stop eating people. Cannibalism not associated with murder. I really couldn't recommend that myself because it's a great way to get diseases. Because, of course, when we eat animal meat, most of the viruses that we take in that way are not coded to attack our body, the body of food. Sometimes they can jump species, which is exactly how COVID started, by the way. And keep your freaking, since I am a biologist who's actually read the documentation, keep your freaking conspiracy theories out there. It might have been stored in the lab, but it's a zoological disease. You can actually sequence it and find out. Anyways, enough of that. Okay. Now, do we want to get more books? Well, I got nothing better to do with this cash. And we can't use the auction house, so we might as well empty this out so we have another option for the transfer if we desperately need to get rid of a notoriety. And do we want to smoke, which means that we do a whole bunch of mystique and hope that he avoids that, or do we want to chatter, which we use Clavette? It's a 70% chance of removing a notoriety if it's the only thing on the board. Now we know we've got a little bit, so we can think about this along the way. Anyways, normal speed as we begin, as per usual. Okay, yet another thrilling, fleeting remembrance. I'm really lost in my thoughts lately. Now we're going to be getting another one of restlessness. Now I'll be using that to initiate Neville to get rid of it, which means we'll keep the talked verb open for now. And yeah, okay. Boom. All right, so we've got cash. We've also got 30 seconds of grace there to do what we want to be able to do anything. 90 seconds of grace to be able to give us 30 seconds of grace to be able to do whatever we want to without having to charge that thing back in. So yeah, first thing we're going to do, Sunset Rite, Fleeting Remembrance, Level 10 Lore, and Enid. Come on. Boom, we're going to summon Theresa again because she's going to... Hey. Thought I hit that properly. Guess not. That's what this level 10 lore lets us do. She's going to provide the lantern aspect for the journey that we're going to be doing. Besides, I just like her. You all know that. I mean, there really isn't anything I can do about that. Okay. Collection of poetry. Actually, we do need that. So, sure. Let's do it again. Like I said, we got the cash to burn. See, if you're not actually into the high life in Coruscant, and you're making the income that's supposed to be for the high life in Coruscant, you can have some tidy thumbs in the bank. You just gotta live frugally. I mean, not like Scrooge level figure. If you've actually read the beginning, the actual story of Christmas Carol goes into great depths about how decrepit his manor house is. How he's got like 16, 20 rooms in his manor house, but he's too cheap to do servants, so it's literally a ruin that he lives in. Okay, but that's the thing. And it just kind of really shows how detached he is. That he wants to have a really big house and buy it, but it's just a status symbol into him, and he has no idea what to do with it. All these greater feasts, a black pig is always crowned as a king before its slaying. Right. This is actually a reference to Robert Graves' occultist theory, which is kind of based off reality, but it's like so oversimplified and, oh my god, appropriated by Victorian standards that... it's almost the white goddesses. You consider it poetry is the best way of putting it, not actual research. But it is saying how the consort, of you're speaking of the goddess, which would be the black pig represented in this case, is in fact both her servant and her sacrifice, because he must be consumed before being reborn. So therefore he serves her for a year, is destroyed. He represents the sun, by the way. And if you recall, this whole thing's about a sun god dying, but not being allowed to die all the way, thus leaving us in a broken timelines. But she consumes him, which is what we really want to do at the end of the day, so we can start the whole world over again. And then to give rebirth to another version, reincarnation. Yeah, magic is, how do I put this? Empowered symbolism. On this occasion, its heart is weighed against the balance against a knot of feathers, and skin become a cape for its officiant. Okay, so first of all, you're supposed to like tan leather, and really pig leather is not that great. But none of leathers is basically coming off of the Egyptian Book of the Dead, in which the goddess Mat, or the concept of Mat, because it's sometimes Mat is not a personification but a force, takes a feather and measures against your heart. And if you've sinned so much that your heart is denser than a feather, which I always thought to be an unfair standard, you'd be thrown into the abyss to be devoured by a giant crocodile or a serpent. But if you did pass it, you get to live with the gods. And I was thinking the fail rate on that one must be huge. I kind of hope there's a reincarnation involved there, but I don't remember if reincarnation is actually a thing in Egyptian lore. It splashes off for the crows. I must confess my interest is not in the carcass, but the perfume flesh, and the milliner laid flesh on the floor. Okay, yeah, basically they killed a guy too, like we pointed out. Like with the white goddess poetry, the consort is killed. But yeah, that's essentially a whole bunch of jumbled together mythological symbols in an attempt to create something. What exactly they're trying to create is unknown. I got a vitality out of it too, which we're going to need if we with the thing. And we got a walking chant. Boom. That was a level 6 heart I was hoping for, actually, which means that next time, when we have free moment, what we will do is we will finish Count Jennings' thing. Now, if one thing we want to do is a backup. If we can't get Clavette to get rid of the evidence, we can fire all 3 of these off at once by turning them in, get 4 Mystique that way, plus Mystique by painting, and that creates a major smoke screen for it. But in any case, let's continue forward. Now, we already know that we're automatically going to summon Theresa. A Latin? Seriously? I already know Latin. Oh, for crying out loud. Give me you can stay there. This is the only... Yeah, but we got this to sell it back. Hopefully we get our fun back. Nothing to read at the moment, I think. Well, we can translate that, I suppose. I'm talking about Latin. You don't really need the lore, but it's definitely something we can do. Anyways, let's continue. Alright, so, what else we got? Okay. Now, pause for a moment. So get rid of this the usual way with Neville. Yeah, Neville. 1, 2, 2, 2. Oh, wait, he's already a believer. We can do this. We just need to grab one of the level 6 lores to go with it. That's fine. That's fine. Fortunately, means we're taking him out of the book club because he's too powerful for the Jedi to overlook. Because, a lot of times they'll overlook a little bit of force powers who are grifting on the streets. Because, there's no point in trying to train those guys with a lightsaber. At least in their mind. Okay. That she has appeared again. Theresa, my love. Oh, God. What are you seeing, Christopher? My true heart's for you. Anyways, we have to go back to work. Christopher must be rich. If he's been swanning about for occultism, it's really in the Western world, only the rich can afford it. Or, the bourgeois who have too much time on their hands, I suppose. Alright, so, another book. Oh, another fund. We got our fund back, which is about all we wanted from this thing. So, let's grab this, grab another fund. Alright. Now, we've got Theresa. She's not really going to be an issue. We're going to have plenty of time because we cannot summon the other entity I would like to, which is the Maid in the Mirror, to be able to handle, to be exact. Because you can do this mission I'm talking about with the Theresa and the Maid in the Mirror. It's kind of fun because it's like sending a death goddess to command the dead. It's just so goddamn logical. Dread Trap. On the other hand, that Dread Trap could have made things difficult. Alright, so yeah, let's continue. And once we get through this cycle, we'll get back to fast forwarding. Okay, now. More poetry. Okay, we can do that. That will allow us to get up to the next level. Now, we probably should consider our attack vector. Alright, so Theresa goes in. That will stop her timer. Same time, we're sending in Rose. And do we have the other guy? Where is he? Porter, somebody tell me you got... Need... Tristan, we need you in a little bit. Is Rose our only edge disciple? Ooh, we could be in trouble here. Because we do not have either an edge or we don't have 10 edge or 10 winter, which is we need both. So what do we do? So what we can do is, since the dead can cause some serious issues if we screw that up. Let's see, the pawns. I'd forgotten. The pawns. You can send in the pawns, and they're going to be worth 1 apiece. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if we can get all 5 in, but I'm definitely going to try. Probably not, but you know how it is. Get in there, Rose. I'm sending you in there with a squad, and I want you to fucking finish those zombies for me. Let's prepare for the descent. We bring rope, tools, light. We arm ourselves against anything down there that may move. Obstacles need someone to find. All right, so we're probably going to screw this up, but let's hit it. I'm an ambitious sort. All right, so... Okay, Lord Bancroft initiated into the arts of the flower maker, Grail, by the Rose Witch Filiana, roasting was society provider of occult services and secret pleasures for his abrupt disappearance in 1790, in which case he's probably eaten by something. I mean, there's really no reason to do this, but what the hell. Bancroft seems to have developed at it, but has devoted his energies to frustrating whimsical projects, arranging great fetching races between mantis spirits, teaching persicants to juggle, and conjuring storms of imaginary blossoms for the Rose Witch as we are, who resolutely refused ever to couple with him. Bancroft says 20 years, might have been 20 years, I don't know. 20 pages of moaning this last. Alright, so the thing is about this is he's one of those occultists who just wants to make things nice, and you really overlook these, because, I mean, trying to take over the world or, you know, control people's minds or make money, that's just a very boring personality. If you're just trying to lighten the goddamn mood by using the portion of God Force at your command, to me, that's a positive asset. That's you making the world a better place by your presence. Not, of course, you know, someone like a Sheev who's planning to create a gigantic empire to create endless suffering. You gotta remember, scale is not important when it comes to this sort of thing. The question is, are you having a better experience in your life and making other people's lives better as well? Alright, so we got you, Neville. Sigh. Okay. Keep the top. We'll go fast forward at this point, I think, since we need to press on. Okay. Now that we've got this, we're tossing in our pawn. Add a follower. Alright, so yeah, now that's bringing us up to 6. Like I said, I don't know if we'll actually get to 10 in time. I don't think we will, but I definitely going to try. Alright, so we've got our cash for that. Now that we have our level 6 lore, let's get that in place, and then we use node reason and passion. Okay, they both will be exhausted by this, but we'll be fine. We've got plenty of those in reserve, and we've been trying to avoid curses as much as possible. And we got that 30 seconds grace to be able to complete a 60-second lane. Alright, so still got the vitality that we just got out of the blue by reading a magic book that made our heart run faster, apparently. Which is about both sensuality and cannibalism. Which, if you're with the Grail, which really should be the Grail at this point. Okay, so yeah, one more. Toss you in. You're now at 7. And we've got Theresa at the wheel. Mantra here is recorded as a high and exacting magic which can be used to pledge one's spirit to the Watchman, beginning to ascend to the house. Bancroft boasts of his ability to recite it when in his cups. He had to set it to music with performance of the fireworks. Again, I've got really no issue with this guy. You know, some people say stop having fun, and I say, why did you ever stop having fun? If you're not having fun, you're just taking the rest of us down with you, and that's an unpleasant thing to be. Boom. There you go. Just, you know, it is a book club. We might as well just keep reading, although apparently most of my club is going to be out. All the no-names. May even have to spend Avatha. What the? We lost? We failed that one. Okay, this is actually going to be good in some ways, I think. I don't know. Might be able to toss another person in. Okay, these two have been dimmed. We do, however, have this, which means we have all cylinders ready to go. We can drop 4 mystiques and get a lot of cash. We're also going to need those, Spintras for our entry points into the Peacock's Gate. Alright. God. We have metaphysical sex. Speaking of which, one of the things that just flooded the market flooded the YouTube algorithm on Baldur's Gate 3 is all these people recording the possibility of having a foursome with a with a brother and sister team of drow sex workers. And your own romance partner, if you can finagle it. And I'm like, I'm okay with this. Like I said earlier, they're making the world a better place. And I can add followers or funds. Okay, this is actually good. That failure might allow us to actually get more people in. We failed to win. Excellent. Failure is a teacher. Yoda was right. All right, Fucine Marshes. Then secret years in his tablets taken from the Fucine Marshes in Central Italy. Decipher Fucine texts. Yeah, but we actually have Fucine. I guess we wasted our opportunity there because the only thing we can do is sell this thing, but you know, it wasn't doing anything else. Now we're selling an English translation, which actually, from my mind, should be worth more. Whoa. It might be, actually. It's 2-pointer. Yes! Selling the translation. I'm liking the coded it in. I don't know if that's always been there or not, but that's interesting. All right, so restlessness up and going. We all know what to do with that. Can't, however, bring either of these guys in, obviously. So we will, however, want this guy. We're low on forge. Put restlessness in place, and then the level 6 lore. And boom. Fire it into his brain. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Probably. It real has been so far. I don't see why that should change. Okay, so yes, we are actually going to get everybody in here. Yes, we're going to do all 10. We're going to have an entire squad of Rose. Rose bringing the Force the minions. I'll even give her her own lightsaber at this point. I don't think she's technically a Sith yet, but give them lightsabers and such. Or maybe we'll just give them those Vibro Edge things from like KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. See, the canon rule, as I think, is they can block lightsabers in those games because they use something called Cortesis Weave, and the reason there isn't any Cortesis Weave in the Star Wars quote-unquote present is because it all got used up back then. I just think that's people being a bit wonky with the lore, but, you know, to each their own. Now, I don't think there's anything else we need to get done here. Not really. All right, so back to work. Nothing better to do. Might as well go capitalism. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead, Jedi. There's no one here. Okay, safe. Yeah, we're gonna be able to do it. We're gonna have the whole frickin' squad. 5 minions and a edge believer. Gods. It's just, I find it hilarious. I just do. Okay, the question is, should we be doing... What is... I just thought of something. Oh, God, I just thought of something. The talk option. I completely forgotten. It'll come back to me exactly the wrong... Oh, there it is. Repair the Noonstone. Now you had you, my friend. Let's... No, not that. This way. This is the way. Alright. You all know how that's from. No. Urgh. There we go. You'll need funds as well. We're good at that. Get it knocked out. This is over. We're probably going to have to get Clavette into the thing. Just kept forgetting to do that. It's one of those forever to-do lists. Yes, Avatha, thank you in the comments for that. I'm afraid... Oops. Ooh, good thing I checked that one. Logistical difficulties. We'll get there in a moment. All right. Okay. We've got the money. We're just going to keep wiring it to the outer... to that. Let's see, we've agreed... Level 4 vaults are the colony worlds, which are those that are closest to Coruscant. The ones that are originally settled by... humans, of course, because of course they were. Alright, our strength is matchless. The dead are as pale as inverse shadows. They move like cobwebs in breeze. Against certainty they can't stand before us. We outnumber them! We send them to mumbling back into the shadows of the woods. We'll send them... Alright, great. Sith attack squad! If you can't do quality, do quantity! Why do you think I did the whole stormtrooper thing? They laughed at me. They said that they were pathetic. They were, but 1 billion pathetic people is really hard to deal with. Even if you are the best of the best Jedi scum. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just narrating from my own book. Seriously. It's called The Adventures of the Sith Lord. It's amazing we can get this for a book. As someone pointed out in their series, they did research on nuclear explosions, the most untraceable poisons, and how to do con games simultaneously on their search engine when doing a writer. And it's just, I wondered if the NSA are going to have a talk with them. But I think there's like, they're just a writer is actually like a category they have. All right, so this is the point when you get to Treasures Lie before us, you toss in Clavette. No, whoops. You toss in Clavette, give her this, and use the 70% chance of her grabbing that notoriety before it becomes an issue. Okay, and we finally got the 4-point Noonstone. Excellent. You could have used that for initiation previously, but it hasn't really been an issue. So, like I said, we'll just capitalism for a while. As dull as that can be. But once we get through this, all right. All right, dread trap up and running. Sickness. So, not doing anything else with it. I'll do some exercise. The ennui is crushing me. Doom. Just got it. Alright. In a lead-lined sarcophagus lies a skeleton of the woman. She wasn't buried. It looks like she crawled in to die. Something has happened to the shape of her skull, pushing out the jaw like the muzzle of a beast. Was she infected lycanthropy? The scraps of rotten linen swathed her bones. Treasures lie amid remains of her clutching hands between her ribs. Bronze spintra, which we're going to need. We're going to need the bronze spintra, but we can actually just use the iron. The cracked wielding mirror. Deep crackle in the pins. A forged aspect to follow, or I could just use up what power remains. Nope. We're going to need that mirror. Betty's blade. This is the blade that actually killed her. It's a cutlass blade, bleeding the wounds will heal. Basically, she was a werewolf that was literally struck by the Lead's blade, which is a blade, if you know, in the Exile run, DLC run. Even causes wounds that cannot heal quickly. In fact, if you use it against your foe, no spoilers yet, the wounds you inflict will last twice as long, which is why it's really good to have this weapon, and me losing it early in the game, it really messed things up. Okay, but for us, it's just an 8-point tool. All of our peeps back in play. Okay, did everyone have fun fighting the zombies? I like it when you people have fun. Theresa, thank you for minding the field trip. Always respectful, lady of knowledge. And yeah, anyways. So when we get our talk verb back, we will in fact get the Clack Mirror. And we'll see if we'll be using these, but we'll need the Iron Spintra when that occurs. All right. Let's keep going for a bit. No books in that run, unfortunately. Anyways. All right. So yeah, she worked it. Now, because there's actually no notoriety going on right now, we can just throw Theresa back out with a couple of moth disciples and tackle the unnumbered gnomes. And I don't really see the reason not to do so, since, again, we have the cash, and we can just do what we did before. We'll throw this in. Teresa's taking out the field trip, and we'll send out Yvette to go with her, because I'm sure she'll be charming company. Get some random loot from it, and that'll be that. In the meantime, what we're going to do is toss Tristan in here, tell him to get this mirror fixed. Excellent. Takes at least a bronze spintra. Okay, so we can't use an iron one. Unfortunate. We're going to have to start cashing these in shortly. Again, we might have to use that for smoke possibilities. And like I said, there's no real reason not to become rich if you can. I mean, are you accusing me of being too ethical? Alright, so we got our vitality necessary for that. What's the next thing? Okay, another restlessness. We know what to do with that. We'll probably be free by that point. Oh, right. Expedition continues. We'll definitely need to toss in Porter. He'd be the third wheel. Although Teresa's a hologram, there's really nothing she can do except watch. Maybe I would imagine it's probably what she does do. I mean, she can do a solid hologram kind of thing, so kind of interesting. I mean, if she really, oh god, I'm thinking about the sex life of discarnates. This is where my mind has gone since that whole force and withdrawal things, and it makes me almost want to play the game myself. Because if you're doing that, it looks like to be better than Dragon Age was. Dragon Age was one of my favorite games, but oh my god, I cannot play it because I do not like those stop and start combat group, where basically you just see everybody flailing at each other. It's one of the reasons one of the many reasons I stopped doing the so I was losing an entire episode because I stopped doing the not Deadfire. Deadfire is a sequel. You know what I mean? That particular RPG game, because I cannot connect with a game in which I'm not really in control. I mean, here I have to be in utter control. I must be in control. It's probably the appeal of the game, in order for things to not go horribly wrong and off the rails. I think we'll actually paint this one. And now, all right, so I'm kind of, sharing my love of control for all of you. There we are. Multiplied vistas, the bewildering reviews. Gaze upon me and rejoice in the dissolution of your senses. Don't stare too long into it. It's I imagine if you I would be kind of funny if you use this and it creates a fascination. Anyways, what we're going to do as soon as we're done with healing, we're going to use this to access the Peacock's Mirror. It's going to cause us a spintra every time. Bronze or silver. Of course, I prefer silver, but I mean, the iron spintras have now become utterly useless. I think we're going to be okay with the painting. We've got to keep track of that timer. All right. Both timers, actually. Okay, so now we have the restlessness. We have 63 seconds, so we can just barely do it. And I don't want to generate any mystique worth a damn, so we're just going to do a mundane painting. And like I said, we'll have 3 seconds at the end of this. Do we need funds? All right, pause. Sons or followers? Leo, go get some experience. I haven't really been using you. All right. Powerful deception. All right. Could be shitty timing there, but now, finally, Peacock's Door. All right. In my dreams, I know the way to the glass garden to Peacock's Door. The most admirable door is a door which shines like a mirror. Perhaps the right resources I can pass it. Right. We've already gone through this part. Now, this will break every time we do it. The Peacock's Door reflects the mirror I hold in my sleep, and the mirror reflects the Peacock's Door. Already sensuous... Yeah, female and female sensuality. Slivers against rippled surface. Aches for fracture. When it finds its satisfaction, I will enter. This is in text. This is in subtext, people. Oh my god. Now I'm... Sheev Palpatine should not have any erotica to him, but I guarantee you I can goddamn find it if I looked for it. This is what we are. We are animals. Fuck the Jedi's no passion. We're all passioners. Oh my god. They kicked our ass. Theresa, what the hell are you doing? I expected you to take better care of my peeps. Not 2 glimmerings. There we go. I'm disappointed. I really am. Theresa, how could you do this to me? I loved you. Alright, anyways. We'll be in the Manses pretty shortly. Alright. Logistical difficulties. At least he didn't kick somebody's ass. Alright, so Peacock Door. Yep. This is what we want. Peacock Door unsealed. Last night I opened the Peacock's Door, and beyond it was the bright spaces of the house I met a pilgrim at. I believe this to be Theresa, by the way. I know Theresa can be in multiple places at once as a discarnate being, but because the way she's spoken before certain places indicates that she is going to try to make the final ascension, in which 7 souls rise to become the sacrifices of the next hours. They become the next hours. The sacrifice of mortality become the next hours, representing the principles that were corrupted and allowing the sun to die and be reborn. That is my theory about what this game is about. If I ever get a chance to do lore videos, I will do the whole fucking series from beginning to end, and why I believe that to be the case. Because you know me, if you've run this series so far, you know I like to talk. I am almost ready, they said. Remember, Theresa can look like anybody she wants. To pass in the summit of the house to prepare for the final ascent. Perhaps you'll join me. I'll need allies to fight for my place. Here's a story to help you rise. Level 10. Now, level 10 vault is going to be one of those ones that has the sort of the sort of gear that we're going to do so. Now, that cracked the mirror, which means that we're going to have to use the silver spintra, and I do not have any problem with that, even though they're quite expensive, because we'll be able to generate 4 more rather quickly. Now, as we're going to do that, we're going to have to overuse Tristan here. Ooh, wait. I have to leave this open for her. And Tristan is going to take 120 seconds to do this, and that's risky. The Watchers are the middle scenario. Yeah, we'll leave this open for now. But the moment that it's open, we'll get the level 10 vault, then see what we can do about accessing it. Again, though, we're so short on freaking books. Alright, so, yeah. Okay, powerful deception with you lot again. Sith Attack Squad. Sith Attack Squad. I should have put it in the Sith Attack Squad. More money. Alright, so... anything else you want to do? Not really. Just stay rich. Yay, I am among the higher class. The upper middle class, really. I get to go to parties. I get to mingle with morons. I get to tell people about it. Get to hear people tell me about their fucking bloodlines. Oh, God, I can't wait to bring this place down. I'd let the Republic live if it wasn't such a goddamn killjoy. Here we go. This seems to be taking forever. Or is Theresa just like party? I mentioned that she's out probably among the bars and the brothels and that, just paying to be a voyeur. I mean, she only gets out of the freaking mansis so often. Anyways. Let's be a doobie. Let's be a doobie. No, the do be, as in certain words, is from a Stephen King novel. Okay, god damn it, Theresa. Finally. Alright, there's that, there's this. We're good for a bit. Once we get through this, she finds the last one there. And you know what? Screw it. This will actually preserve it for a little bit. It's absolutely pointless, but I'm doing it anyways because I have the damn thing open. You get bored, you just do funny things with your head. Alright, good. Once we get through this section, we put in Clavette, and we hope that she manages to pull it off for us again. In that case, we get a quick back-to-back. And boom. Alright. Yes, treasures lie before us, which means that we throw her in. Talk to her. Go, to yourself. Have a little night on the town there. Distract everybody from the spaceship coming back. I mean, we didn't really do anything wrong. We just... Maybe we should... Violation of archaeological permits or something like that. That's just a fine. Really, really. What's to worry? Boom. Feed my imagination. Yay! Level 2. Glimmering. Anyways. Sigh. Okay. Beneath the Stone. Wait, we do this all the time. We don't need to keep reading that one. But we do get a notoriety out of it. But we do actually get to see what we get, which is okay. Oh, no, we don't. Just says 3 random draws. Alright. We'll see what they get. Let's see what Santa brought us this year. He's always stiffing me. Why, Santa? Just because I want to bring a reflejette. Great, another ingredient. Book of True Blood. Really? I'm not super fond of that series. I mean, it's kind of overdone, vampires. Ooh, Glassfinger Toxin's good, because... Oh. We could do things with this. I mean, it's not super great. I think, actually, yeah, that's Edge. Ooh, we've actually short on Edge lore. We did need this, actually. Well done. Well done. Expensive, but well done. Let's translate that out. Meanwhile, we can sell this. Let somebody else learn how Fusine works. See, selling a book. Nothing wrong with that, officer. Jedi, I mean. It's just a book. What harm could a book do? Alright, so. There we go. And boom. Oh, got a vitality. Ooh, 2 funds. Good, good. Clavette, you're a sweetie. You really are. Okay, Theresa, probably just going to let you go at this point. I don't want to try to risk going... I mean, I could technically, I think, Crocus... Or is it Forge? Yeah, I think we're okay. You Till. We're going to go find out what's in the We're going to find out what's in the broken space. Oh, whoops, probably got to work too. I can't lose my job yet. Everything just keeps adding up. Of course, in my heart. Alright. Book of True Blood. Cassius, the Toman, breathes deeds of the unnumbered legion. The secret army protects Rome against the shadowless empire, which is actually the Empire of Naga that secretly run India. The legion, and these are all created by Alexander the Great, because he was told about the Shadowless Empire being the actual true enemy. Remember, in this timeline, Alexander the Great did not die. Instead, he went back to his kingdom and became the emperor, the first of a line of secret emperors that work against the serpent kingdom of India. Seriously, it's like bad fic. Maybe it's good fic. Really shouldn't judge. I've had some really good fic. I mean, there's some really great story I was reading. I didn't even realize that it was a fan fiction for RWBY, which I have never seen an episode for. I just know it's anime-like thing. But it was actually quite good. And then I found out it was, and it kind of ruined it for me because I'd already developed how I thought these characters looked, and now they all just kind of look like tall. When I think about the story, there's all these tall anime-like waifs. Anyways, we have read the Sultan, who under 800 years ago could sleep only underneath the stars. So just like have a balcony. He ordered the construction of his observatory. So this is what rich people do. They just don't do the basic common sense things. The stars could be accurately depicted on the ceiling of his bedchamber. Regrettably, the stars they saw were not safe for the unprotected human mind. The Sultan's solicitor ordered the stars were right inside of the freaking observatory, and I just find that utterly amusing. Anyways, I wonder if this is the ones we probably want to tackle. Let me consult my godlike knowledge. Now, as I pointed out somewhere before, that Lucifer in the Lucifer series of comic books, which I do recommend both the comics and the television series, although they're completely different rides. In that case, in the comic series, he says his near omniscience is due to the fact that he can read the script of creation that God wrote. And you know what? I'm gonna kinda actually say that's our power. That's what the wiki is. Anyways, let's see. Passworded curse. Oof. The curse is the biggie, but what do we get out of it? The Crack Watchman's Land, which is kind of funny because we don't actually need it. Book of Masks, Concentrated Lintel. Anyways. Okay, so any of this is useful or not. My godlike powers are slow today. Heart 6, no thank you. Book of Mask is Moth 10, don't really need it. And the lintel is an 8-point knock tool, which is kind of an interesting concept, but I don't really need that either. So yeah, kind of hoping for something larger in lore. Don't need the mirror because we've got our own right here. So kind of a wash, but what we will do is we'll fix that mirror right up. Come on, Tristan. And we'll use the silver one to do it. Meanwhile, what we'll have to do afterwards is start firing these off so we can keep going into there until we get a actual vault that we want. Yes, I have to use the wiki because I cannot memorize every single vault. And if I'm trying to do Exiled, forget it. Yeah, Theresa is resting. She goes back and chills. She probably wears her out to be in the material plane for too much, as she's not actually supposed to be in the material plane. Okay, vitality and sickness at the same time. What are the odds? The Book of True Blood. In the final part, Cassius confesses to being a former legate. He recounts his terror of the Tribune and divulges the secret lore of the Golden General, the champion of the Twados Empire, the enemy of the Tribune, and some days hope the Tribune will someday be undone. He hates his own job. Dread, but 10, there we go. 10, Edge, which means I definitely don't have to worry about if someone of these guys, I think it's Poppy, comes out with a heavy edge request. She would be the edge lord. I'm not going to say edge lady either. Let's see, what have we got here? Let's do something interesting. Let's grab this. Do that. Dread for the offering, Enid for that, and we can get any one of the sacrifices. Now, since we're not actually going to be running out, and we're not going to try to kill the Jedi again, because that really went wrong last time, what we're going to do is we're going to grab the Thunderskin, because they turn into vitality, so boom. I know it's not the least expensive way of doing Dread, getting rid of Dread, but I kind of like it. Let's see. Okay, the Silver Spintra that Poppy gave us, boom, goes in there. Now, we could use it for the larger mirror, but I don't really care. 12-point tool for Ascension, though, is quite useful. Ugh. Now you're messing with me. Getting in there, 90% chance of losing a reason card. I mean, a 10% chance of losing a reason card. It's a thing to think about. Theresa's failed me a couple of times, so I'm not feeling super confident about that. Okay, so we should seriously think about it. Alright, so the things I would definitely need... Forge should be our best thing. What's our forge lore at? A mere 6. Need more of that. Because if forge higher enough, we could simply... Forge is high enough for 10. We could get the we also get the Lord King Furno, Furnace, whatever, the forge aim. But we need 10. We don't have 10. So what else can we do right now? Well, nothing else really. Guess we actually just do our book club thing. Sometimes all you got is your cover, man. Now we could have 3 of these. Do we have 3 of these? We do. We could get to the next level of passion. Huh. If I thought about that earlier. But we didn't. But what can happen is I take the passion here. Combine those two. Yeah, we can do this. Yeah, just out of nowhere, really. And if we're going to start detonating these for the mirror, we might as well just try to get the rest of our cult going. So, let's just mystique it up, baby. Mystique me, baby. What do you mystique me for? That was terrible. Anyways, collection. Do it for reason next, I guess. Yeah, let's just go on a bender. Not our usual kind of bender, really. I mean, let's face it, if you were playing old school D&D, drow sex workers are like the least offensive concept for the drow. And let's face it, everybody in the day wrote drow as being females as being dominatrixes. Let's just say that right now. And the fact the character wasn't, it's actually a decent switch. But, I mean, we need to talk about the fact that I think a lot of people who were writing the early Dungeons & Dragons had trouble with women. Let's see. Passion 5. Okay, so these two. Alright, the Glimmering. This will become Glimmering again. We'll combine it together. But in the meantime, let's grab the Glimmerings. Alright. Since we got nothing else to do with study verb anyways. Might as well just make our soul better, I guess. I am a Sith. I thrive on passion. There are days, however. The mirror's up and running, so we might as well get this done. There you go. No, I'm not going to mention the quivering at this point. We did it once. That's what you get. God. Probably have to do a title about that. Made so much about it. Alright, so Moorlands is closing. We've got that going. Alright, so, first things first. Oh, level 4. Not much help, unfortunately. Got the Strum thing, which we'll just sell right away. Might get a fund for it. And now we have the empty. Okay, that's obviously going to make it easier if we need to do a super collection of lore, but that's not what we're up to at the moment. What are we doing here, anyways? Good day. You know, just summon this guy in the background. I don't have anything for him to do. I just, like, chill, man. Dance in the studio for a bit. Yeah, just, you know, the book club, just have to keep them safe from it. I mean, this is Palpatine just chilling with an Eldritch Abomination in his studio going, whatever. At some point, you just become jaded, is my guess. I am Sith, fear me, my power is ungodly. Last night I opened the peacock door and afterwards it spoke to me. I am Val, it boasted, both the tongue and the goddess. I am the only entrance to the secret light. I was worshipped before you upright apes, and I will be still when you're ugly ash. Listen and I will provide a fully mouth of the words. Vak is actually the name of the goddess of the concept of speech. In Indian lore, I've mentioned this before. She's not the goddess of speech. She's the concept of speech. Every time I talk, every time I form a word, I am invoking the goddess Vak by that definition. That is how fundamental she is to the concept of consciousness. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming for my TED Talk. Alright, we're back up to this again, which means I'm going to have to start detonating the commissions. Alright. Okay, Valicine. Oh, okay. Valicine is currently one of our forge people. We'll put her down here under an acquaintance. Alright, but what we need now, I think, this one. Yep, level 4. She'll give us a bronze spintra, and then we will spend it. Alright. Funds. Don't really have anything else to do, so yeah, there we go. Alright. Got it. Bronze Spintra and a Mystique and a Glimmering, which is always good. Oh, a couple of funds for it. Great. We need the forge people. How many forge people do we have? Need to get her up. If I bring her up, I can get to this a lot easier. Then from there, I need 2 forge and... Ooh, I need hardened winter, which basically means I need to be able to summon... It's risky. Hopefully, I get this going too as well. Always these things need to be done. Always things. Anyway, so... First of all, Tristan, I've got the bronze spintra. So fix the damn thing. Alright. Meanwhile... another... We'll be able to paint that one away at least. And yeah. Our guest poofed. Alright, so we've got this, we've got these two. We need to put them now since there's 60 seconds left on both of them. Which then will give us 3 out of the 4 we need to upgrade. And then we have one more thing of poetry, should be able to pull it off. Alright, cool. Alright, so... Options. It's always good to have options. Note that every problem we have multiple options to tackle it with. Which means right now, we just want we don't want a mundane one, since we're actually trying to... Oh, wait. No, we'll be fine. Still have a bunch of these to do. So yeah, we should be fine. Okay, so we do that, put you in, and be done with it. You get the spintra. Excellent. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's going to eat all of our mystique for us. Okay, cool, whatever. Sigh. Alright. So one of these is gone. Pop this baby in. Done. You have the mirror. Excellent, which means you immediately dispose of it in this manner. Okay. Meanwhile... let's get her up and running. Oops. Tell you what, let's use this stone. Put it to her head and let her soak it in. You know, we're just getting sloppy at this point. He's just bored. Palpatine's just bored at this point. Oh, How much funds do we get? Just one? Oh well. Just one mystique. Got a couple more glimmering in case things go wrong. Contentment's good. That's nice. I probably should get back to work though. Still need to keep our job at the moment. Either one is desperate. In capitalism, one is desperate or one is bored. Rarely is there contentment. Okay, so we need you. Oops, no. We need you to access the next level. So we can get 10 forged, so we can hopefully, before the suit gets one end, get the eye done, so we can at least have the literature, as it were. But we need to get rid of the Jedi first. Not all the Jedi, that's the long-term goal. Fascination? Obviously not. No, but we got an ingredient. Akak Dorn sealed. When I visited the red church last night, it told me between the clawings and caresses, pain and pleasure, remember. Thought I visited lately, but his nectar and his promise. I woke twined in sodden sheets and armanthine nectar brimming in my hand. I captured what I could. Okay, what were you doing with that hand? I think we all know what you're doing with that hand, but we're not going to discuss it. Only a few drops would be enough. You can sell this shit for so much, because it's literally the divine essence of pleasure. Or use it, of course, as an 8-point ingredient for your grail rituals. But, yeah. If we need the cash, we can do that. Alright, so finally, here we go. I'm already at level 4. All that for nothing. I completely missed that part. Oh well. I'm not actually, this study verb wasn't doing anything anyways, and sometimes I feel like I'm just better off with doing stuff. Anyways, Madame, when you're ready, we'll do care of that, and then we'll pop back in. And this is going to be a lot of what we do, because we're desperately trying to get this vault. I mean, we will risk this vault because it's there. We've got it. We're not going to have another level 10 anytime soon. And we might as well get that started. Oh, just the little things. Alright. Remain a believer. Okay, so we need, however, level 10. Now, can we get access? Yes, we can get access to a dread and use that to summon a Made in the Mirror. That will let us be able to access quite a few things. All right, so you go there. Okay, deep breath. First things first. Let's get another commission from Madame. Let's continue getting rich. No, we have absolutely nothing to spend the money on. That's just the amazing thing at this point. We've already bought everything that can be bought. I mean, this is kind of one of the reasons people turn to the occult is there's literally nothing else for them to do. Forge, level 6. Fortunately, we can pull that off. We will when we get after our job cycle. Valicia is now with Tristan, giving you level 10. So that means we'll be able to access a lot of issues right there. And we probably should just go fishing for another cult member. Running out of the cult members to acquire, but, you know, we're here. Let's do it. Let's wait till that becomes Dread, assuming Dread Trap isn't the next thing, because it could very well be. And then we shall move forward. Alright. First things first. You, there. You, here. No, we're not done Dread yet. It's still 14 seconds for now. We can pull this off. We can do this. 67. No, we should probably do the summoning first. Okay, so let's get this knocked out. Alright, so that's going to happen there. This will happen over here. Oh shit, Dread Trap's in play. Didn't even see that. Contentment's not going to last. Ugh. Oh well. Not to be. I was hoping to get to this episode, but we won't. We are going to have to wait until we can get another one of the... another next episode before we do another dive into a level 10 or level 12 vault, because that's what you can get at the top layer. It just takes longer, unfortunately, as you can tell. I mean, dropping and putting together 6s to get level 8, we could do that if we wanted to. The contentment will be absorbed, and, well, actually, could have gone with that. 7.9 seconds. Oh, well. I think at this point, he's just drinking to drink. Seriously. Life has become dull for him. I mean, he's got everything he could possibly want, but he has nothing either. He's actually, you know, idle pleasures at this point. To the point where he doesn't even care if the Jedi are looking after him. He just, like, hit the wall. And it's comes to his studies. This happens a lot in your occultism because sometimes there are seasons, years entirely, where no inspiration strikes, where it just feels like you're run in the mill, just wondering why you're there, what you're doing. Is there nothing more to this life than simply writing out articles about knowledge that you once considered to be both sacred and important, which is now just another means to provide bread within the capitalist system, to provide amusement to otherboard? Is it just a scam you're passing on? Do the Sith even exist? Is it just a story the Jedi say? Sometimes I wonder in the darkness. I don't sleep as well as I used to. Hold me, Plagueis. Hold me. Don't look at me like that. You can't tell me you don't have angst as well. I mean, you're the one who was going on about living forever. Gods. I need a wider social circle. Alright, go back to work. Alright, so what we need to do is turn in substantial. Let's do you. Alright, there. We'll get the Spintra back, and then what we'll do is we'll repair it, and we'll keep popping in until we get another good... We either get a better one in this eye, or we get to the point where I can summon the Maid in the Mirror to get us through it, which is the other alternative. Now, he'll keep going for a bit as well, but the Bronze Spintra is here, so Tristan, actually, Valencia, why don't you do it? You're the noob one. Subject is the Broken Mirror, and boom. Then we'll dive into the gate again and hopefully receive something else. Well, I guess we're doing some exercise. Anyways, as you can see, we've reached the point in the game where essentially we're stable. And we can stay pretty much indefinitely at this level. Why didn't you grab... Oh, must fit the evidence things. We can stay at this level primarily indefinitely. We've got the balance going. We can always get rid of the dread, always get rid of the fascination, always get rid of the sickness. We've got the money, we've got all this really interesting crap on our walls that we just stare at, and it's ours, even though it's not really helping us very much. I mean, how often am I using the tools, right? We have this knowledge. I can summon spirits from beyond, but it's just, there's nothing to it anymore for us. It's just not a challenge. We need challenge to grow. So we're going to have to get more challenging. Anyway, so by that, we're going to start getting level 10 and level 12 vaults more commonly. We'll start diving into those and getting the bigger books and such. Then we're moving into, we want to get to level 14 eventually. So we are moving into the rights that will help us evolve faster. Because at this point, I truly think that Sheev has lost interest in the material world. He just wants to move up with his ambitions to become the God Emperor of the galaxy, because he has nothing better to do at this time. Anyways, this is a fantastic world, saying farewell from Lovecraft Country, Latin Aspirant of Cultist Simulator, Sheev, Palpatine combination. Those words mean something. I may have done them in the wrong order. However, hope you enjoy this. And of course, as you've all been saying, Book of Hours is out. We will be playing it once we're done with this, and we're doubling episodes till we get there. And of course, at the time of this recording, we've got the vote up for the next series. So if you're a subscriber, go to my channel. You'll see it. We posted it in the you post it up on the channel page, and you can use the comments to vote on your choice for what tortures you put me through next. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Bye. I'd like to thank my Acolyte level supporters, whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of content and data.